No, no, don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. We do not want to see what was on that YouTube video. Oh boy. Okay. That didn't happen. I will not be facing any German allegations. Sucking the coffee. Hey, Katyusha, how you doing? Privet. Bliat, kurva, bober, I don't know. I don't speak Russian. Just hello. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Anyways, let me quickly get the audio working. Because I've got the video and audio into separate sources. Because it's always getting paused, so I have to manually fix it every time. Call of Duty. Nobody saw that, right? Right? Vasali, did you see anything? You didn't see anything, right? Nobody clipped it. Nobody saw it. It's fine. I'm completely safe.
Yeah, I think you watch replay.
No. Replay's always set to private. Okay. The middle tab. Oh. Oh no. It was slightly worse in the middle tab, and I hope that Twitch doesn't ban me for that. Ooh. Okay, so this one is, I've never seen a Call of Duty this desperate before, damn. I'm pretty sure Call of Duty hasn't been good for at least 10 years. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is one of the first Call of Duty games to not top the PS5 pre-order charts days after announcement. 3 days after reveal, Vault...
Okay, but I can understand because the gaming market has shifted slightly to where it's no longer just boomers and Gen X's. Now we're getting millennials, and specifically Zoomers are now the huge target audience of this. But their overall spending on video games has gone down dramatically. This is especially true with not just purchasing games, but also in-game purchases as well. COD, man, yeah, COD is it's kind of a stinker these days. I saw the trailer for Black Ops 7, it was okay. Nothing fantastic, it was just like mid-tier. That could be a significant factor into why Call of Duty is, not doing as well, because generally that was the the primary target audience for it. But they're not shilling out their money anymore. Plus, do you really want to pay like what, $90, $100 for the exact same game you've been playing for the last 10 years? I don't know. But it could be actually worse than this. It could be just that nobody was really keen for it, regardless of whatever demographic this was aimed at.
Edition pre-order has currently peaked only at number 8.
Also, by the way, never pre-order. I don't care what game it is. I don't care if it's Elden Bling. I don't care if they release, I don't know, GoldenEye remastered. Never pre-order.
Behind both editions of Battlefield 6, Jesus Christ. We are currently living history. I think we are about to genuinely see the downfall of Call of Duty. Like this.
Call of Duty has been falling downhill for several years at this point. It's only now that it's about to just completely hit the rock bottom, and then it's going to sink even lower than that, 6 feet under. And good. I am tired of the rehashed sequels of SAPE and bland corporate slop. Remember Vanguard? Me neither. Vanguard? What's Vanguard? I don't know what Vanguard is, but yeah. I think people are just tired of this. This is the same old slop that they just want to extort us with. They treat us like absolute garbage, the customer. And just the games that they play are bland and uninspiring. And they charging us an arm and a leg just for this. And they expect us to not even own our games anymore. There's just so many compounding issues in the AAA gaming space specifically. So I'm not even surprised people don't care about Call of Duty. Maybe they should just, release a new shooter game. But, they can't do it because it's always a safe bet for the investors. Oh well. See, this is what happens when people in suits start making video games for profit instead of passionate developers.
This game is actually falling off for the first time in history. And I can prove it right here. Here, let me show you guys. All it really takes is going onto Steam.
By the way, nobody cares if your sequel, is a sequel. Let me just put that out there. There are many instances where sequels have been praised as absolute phenomenal games. I'll give you a couple examples. Command & Conquer Red 2 is championed, despite being a sequel, championed as being one of the best games in the whole series and one of the greatest RTS games out there. Dead Space 2 possibly one of the best survival horror action horror games out there. It was championed as a really amazing game. I'm trying to think. I think, what was that game called again? Not Saints Row. That's garbage. The other one. The really big game, you know. I remember one of the subtitles was San Andreas. Grand Theft Auto. There we go. Grand Theft Auto 5 was seen by a lot of people as absolutely amazing. So it's not that your sequels, Saints Row 2 is really good, yeah, but it fell off. I heard the recent game that they made was quite a stinker. So Grand Theft Auto, the fifth one I believe, was championed as this really amazing game despite being the fifth game in a row. Well, I think even more than that had come out. Look at the Halo series. Everybody loved Halo 3. Everybody loved ODST. They all loved Reach. Even though these were all sequels and prequels, the newer Saints Row Complete Dogwood, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So if you ever like go throughout the history of games and their sequels, it's not that, you know, people don't like the fact that there's just endless sequels. It's that all the endless sequels are complete dog water, corporatized, sanitized slop that is completely devoid of any sort of soul, and they're just straight up worse than the originals.
Checking out the stats. If
And
you
they're
went to
probably
the
eating into companies' abilities to produce newer games alongside it as well.
top-selling games from Steam right now, it's gonna, well, show you the best-selling.
Borderlands 4? I didn't even know that Borderlands 4 got enough hype to reach third. I thought it was quite mid-tier from the reactions to the gameplay trailers. I don't know. Maybe it's actually good. I don't know.
Games by revenue on the Steam platform right now.
Oh, but just because you're in the top seller does not mean it's a good game, by the way.
Now, for reference, Battlefield 6 is sitting at number 9. God damn, that is actually pretty
Okay,
high up.
Warframe,
Just
nice.
getting beaten by Marvel rivals, Peak, of course, Counter-Strike. Now, where do you think Black Ops 7 is sitting right now? Here, let me show you guys.
15? Oh, okay, never mind. It's way down. It's way, way down. It's below
Number
Repo.
72. For the first time.
And Repo is a random indie game that's basically just played primarily by VTubers and content creators for collabs. Wow, I thought it was like, okay, you know what, it's falling off. It's like number 20. Nope. It's straight down in the ditch. It's like number... Hold up, my tracking died. Give me a sec. It's because I moved out the way. VTube Studio. I hate it when this happens. It keeps happening. I don't know why. I might just have to actually just reboot this whole thing. Bro, it's so dumb and so annoying. Okay, that's fixed. Let me just calibrate it real quick. There we go, perfect. I don't know why this keeps happening. Okay. Poggers. It's finished. Okie dokie, where was I? Oh yeah, we're busy discussing Call of Duty.
Time in history, we're looking at a Call of Duty that is not topping the charts whatsoever. Even Infinite Warfare had a surprisingly high pre-order ranking. Like, 72, that's crazy. Especially...
Okay, but pre-orders are nothing. I want to see total revenue generated for the game. That's the real sauce right there.
Since there are so many not that impressive games up on this chart. Like, seriously, how is TF2 more profitable than BO7 at the moment? What else
Because Team Fortress 2 is a good game.
we got here?
I haven't played it, but that's what I've heard. Oh yeah, it's Guilty Gear. I think I've mentioned this before on stream. I actually know nothing about Team Fortress 2. With the sorry, not Team Fortress 2. I know nothing about Guilty Gear, except how they make and shade their models. I know everything about that, but I know nothing about the game. Just give me a sec. I need to quickly pull up my Twitch chat. Sorry, not my Twitch chat, my Kick chat. Yeah, this is just in case anyone does type there, so I don't miss it. I'll just put my phone. There we go. Nice. Did it die again? No. Okay, it's perfectly fine. Pog. Cool. Alright, carry on.
Lego Batman 3? I don't even remember the last time I played this game.
Bro, Lego games? Oof. I can't remember the last one I played a Lego game. It's been
Played
years.
this game when it released in like 2017, right? Battlefield 2042 is apparently more profitable than BO7 right now. But to be fair, that game is on sale for $3, but still.
$3. That is huge. What about Lego Star Wars? Yeah, the question was not what, the question was when. Wait, what? Destiny 2 hidden by your preferences. Based. Trash game.
The bar is so low right now for BO7. It's very obvious that this COD is falling off really badly, which is exactly why a lot of people have been skeptical that these guys are resorting to very shady practices in order to artificially bump up the pre-orders
Destiny 2 is just really bad Warframe, by the way.
for this game. Now, everything I'm about to talk about in this video is very hypothetical. None of this is confirmed, but
Boo! I want solid facts and evidence.
a lot of things in the Call of Duty community has happened in the last week or two that just feel way too sketchy. So let's talk about this, but before we do that, make sure you sub to the channel, because we do have a tradition. If I
Can't
hit
believe you guys
226
clickbaited me.
K
How dare
subscribers
you,
by
chat.
the end of this week, I will eat the most liked comment. Literally comment whatever you want. I don't care. I will eat.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to eat paper. Isn't that like bad for your health? Feels bad. Since Destiny 1 was pretty solid and D2 had a decent start, yep. I heard apparently you can't even play the beginning content in Destiny 2 anymore. It's completely gone downhill, flushed down the toilet.
Literally anything. So try to surprise me. Sub to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Anyways, actually, real quick,
Yep,
I'm on the COD subreddit right now. I have to see this.
Oof. Why are people hating on Black Ops 7? I personally think it looks amazing. Looks like a DEI cast. I'm hyped. Give me original opinions. No Battlefield 6. No bandwagoning. I don't know what bandwagoning means. I don't know. English second language. A lot of these euphemisms and metaphors I don't really get.
It's because there's 0 upvote.
0 updates. That is like the most omega ratio right there. Damn, bro, we need some updates.
On this. Why are people hating on BO7? I personally think it looks amazing. I'm hyped.
Bro, I'm a nobody and I get more updates on my tweets than this guy gets on his Reddit page.
Give me original opinions. No Battlefield 6, no bandwagoning. No bandwagoning. Yikes. Okay, that's a bold statement right there. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, going through this comment section, it's literally just people saying the exact same points that I made in my last video on BO7. If you want to check that video out, go ahead. This
Black
game just
Flop
feels
7.
like a nostalgia slop, but to add insult to injury, the fact that they are forcing nostalgia down your throat, the game is heavily going to take place in a simulation, and it is heavily implied that yes, they are going to start shoving more bundles and microtransactions down your
jeez.
throat. As a matter of fact, the entire trailer was just littered with shitty Valorant bundles.
Bro, what is this? This is not Call of Duty. Why do all of your guns look pink, man? What is this? What's up with all the purple, the pinks, and the bright greens? No, none of that. Back in my day, when we had real first-person shooter games, everything was shades of black, brown, and green, dark green, with scattered highlights of red. Usually for crosshairs and the blood of your enemies. And that's how it was made, and that's how we liked it, and it has never been better since. I am literally all Slega now. Yep. I saw, what was it, the one guy in my Discord, and he's one of those professional PvP players for Call of Duty and whatever you. And he was doing a test stream, and I came on, just to see what he was doing. He was playing, I think it was a new Battlefield, and he's running around with this glittery pink assault rifle. I'm like, bro, what is this garbage? What is this slop? This is not Call of Duty. This is not Battlefield. Bro, it's like they made Battlefield and Call of Duty, but it was from the creators of Hello Kitty. Like, what is this? Can we please stop making all of this glittery color diarrhea slop and get back to making games manly and gritty again? I'm just saying. They've really fallen off in terms of quality and just vibe in total.
Right. Yay, I can't wait for another COD game with the Terminator with a Labubu themed AK. Yeah, honestly, this entire comment section is just spitting facts right now.
I have always been a big contender that most, if not all, of your cosmetics should be earned in-game rather than bought. So if you had like a golden assault rifle back in like, 15, 20 years ago, it was because you have, I don't know, you got a 50 to 1 KD ratio in a PvP match, or people saw you and they're like, "Oh, he's one of those ones." Oh, okay. And they would kneel and grovel at your feet when you walked by because it was like a sign of status, a sign of respect, you know? It was something that you would have that would signify your skill as a player. Or now it's just signifies the size of your wallet and this inversely the size of your peanut brain.
Because every year they do one minor thing different and call it a day. Not to mention they constantly prey on nostalgia. That's not even including the predatory skin bundles. Are you talking about like the American Dad one?
What?
Predatory
Hold up.
skin bundles. Are you talking about like
But wait.
the American
What is this? What is this? This is actually clown show right here.
Dad one? One skin, 2 guns, and a bunch of random garbage. $30 please, and it doesn't port over to the next game. Activision is the greediest company out there lately.
And you know what's worse than this? You'll get some random solo indie dev who will make a game, full campaign, he'll have 30 maps, and he'll have 78 guns and about 100 different skins, and it's all free and you can buy the game for $5 on Steam. And these guys will be like, "Oh look, we added a purple skin to your gun. Here's your new Call of Duty." Wamp wamp wham wham.
Okay, now on the real though, let's actually talk about what's been going on as of recently. So I'm assuming that this is a response to the pre-orders being not that good, but there has been some updates rolling around with some of the newer Call of Duties, especially Black Ops 6. So this guy on Reddit here says having the quick join button this
By the way, I didn't even know Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and even 5 had released. The last time I heard that a Call of Duty Black Ops game released, it was number 4. I am so out of the loop with Call of Duty, I didn't even know 5 and 6 dropped. Unironically, that's I have been stuck playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 with my little Scorpion EVA. Oh, it was a Scorpion EVD or something weapon, running around on a little cruise boat, killing my teammates in a bit of co-op. That's what I've been doing for the past 10 years. I didn't even know there were more Call of Duty Black Ops. Black Ops 3 was basically just the game that I couldn't run because my specs were too garbage. And then 4 was this mystical thing that was coming out always infinitely next year, right? I didn't even know they had released more games beyond that.
the same as the pre-order button. And as you can see,
And I was happy. That tram system with the whole zombie maps in Black Ops 2 with your buddies, peak cinema.
here, the quick join button is the exact same button used to pre-order Black Ops 7.
And let me guess, if you press square, it's going to give you the pre-order.
What the fuck is this? Oh, they're scamming now. What the fuck has COD turned into? They need to stop. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is a dark pattern. For those that don't know, a dark pattern is a business practice that you can actually file a lawsuit against, which is kind of scary to think about. It's when a user interface is designed for you to intentionally accidentally do something that you're not supposed to do, usually with the intention of trying to sell you a product. This is exactly what is going on here.
It'll be so funny if they get sued.
This has to be illegal. That's gotta be intentional, considering Activision's very recent track record. This is also apparently on the COD launcher. First thing selected is the COD BO7 pre-order now, so sometimes I accidentally click on it. Speaking of the COD launcher, we have to talk about what's going on with Modern Warfare 3 right now, because apparently...
Didn't Modern Warfare 3 release like 10 years ago? What? Is there a new one?
Modern Warfare 3 is rendered unplayable at the moment. According to
Wait,
this
what?
Redditor, physical media is so important. The Modern Warfare 3 disc only contains a license file and basically a link to the Call of Duty launcher. That data hasn't changed obviously.
They had a remake of Modern Warfare 3? Why? Why? I don't understand. Why would you do that? Why don't you just make a new Call of Duty game? What?
Because the data couldn't just change on a printed disc. Even though this was posted a little over a few weeks ago, apparently this is still a problem that Call of Duty refuses to fix, because if you go on the official COD subreddit, there are a lot of people still complaining about this. So to basically fill you guys in, there's a universal Call of Duty launcher that you use to access Call of Duties, right?
Oh jeez, I am so tired of this. I hate that companies want to shove their potentially malware launchers for all of their games It's so stupid. I hate it so much. You don't need a launcher for everything. I am tired of downloading all these launchers for everything, man. I just want my game and I want to click the icon and I want it to open up the game. I don't need launchers. The only time you ever need a launcher is if you're doing modding. Because they'd have to be creative dead. Jeez. And then when you get into these launchers, they're gonna shove you in the face with microtransactions, and they want you to buy XYZ game. That's why I love GOG a bunch. Yeah, I heard GOG's pretty good. The only launcher I ever want on my PC is Steam. That's the only thing that is outside of the game that I'm gonna use to launch my game. That is it. Maybe sometime in future I'll consider GOG, but for now, just Steam. The only exception is if I am using mods and I want to launch a specific mod, and then I'll use the game launcher to do that. Of that specific game, not a third-party launcher from the company behind the game that they want me to use to buy their other slop games, okay? And I'd probably never have a game that has a launcher that was made after the year 2014, just saying.
Right? I don't really know what the point of this is. I don't know if it's like to link cosmetics from one game to another. I hope that's how it works. I don't personally play modern Call of Duties anymore. But from my knowledge, Modern Warfare 3 is completely untied from this universal Call of Duty launcher. But if you have the digital version of Modern Warfare 3 installed, you're good to go. If you have a physical copy,
You're screwed.
sucks to suck. See, this is exactly why the Stop Killing Games movement went so viral.
Yep. And they should make it go even more viral. I hope these companies get screwed over by EU laws. If this actually gets put into law and something actually comes out of this, rare EU win.
Because of problems like this specifically. If you own a physical copy of Modern Warfare 3, you can't play the game anymore. Like, you are literally bricked completely from playing Call of Duty.
Remember when games shipped on the discs? I remember. You didn't have to download squat. I remember.
For absolutely no reason, just because Modern Warfare 3 is not supported by the COD launcher anymore. And like I said, simply just by going through the subreddit, you'll notice a lot of people still have this problem. Now, I don't really know if this is something they plan on continue doing with older COD games. I really hope not, but at the same time, old Call of Duty games have a tendency to not be fixed whatsoever. Like, based off my personal experience, I used to play BO2
Same.
on the PS3. Now, I will admit, my PS3 is collecting dust somewhere in like a box. I haven't played on it in like over a year at this point. But every time I would try to boot up BO2, it would just crash. Like, it would just crash. And apparently, it wasn't a me problem. It was an everyone problem. Everyone claimed Black Ops
Yeah, this is why the Xbox 360 is the superior console of all time.
2 would not run on PS3s for some reason. Now, there was a workaround this, but it is a very time-consuming workaround to the point where the lobbies were basically dead because no one wanted to sit there 5 minutes going offline, online, LAN party, leaving the LAN party, going offline, etc., etc. But based off my personal experience as well, Black Ops 3 still has a terrible hacker problem.
Of course
and
it
it's not
does.
just games being ruined. It is also a breach of privacy kind of
Oh,
problem,
damn.
where hackers can literally get your own personal data just by you being in the same lobby as them. Now, that is based off of my experience, like I said, but apparently this is no better for any other COD game, even if it did come out just a
Wait,
few
what?
years ago. People
So literally all the COD games are like this? Damn, that's scary. And let me guess, they're gonna do absolutely nothing to fix this
are
problem.
already claiming that Cold War is already unplayable. To sum this paragraph up, this guy joined a Cold War lobby just to find a guy cussing out a girl and then immediately after doxing her. Just out of curiosity, this Reddit user asked, "Hey, do you actually dox people? Like, can you get my address?" And then the hacker read out loud this Redditor's address.
Damn.
And then after that game, he just immediately uninstalled Cold War because Jesus Christ.
I mean, I would too, but then again, I wouldn't have installed it in the first place, man. They ain't getting my money.
Mainly because this guy was like hard abusing his hacks and basically the lobby was unplayable. It is only a matter of time before Call of Duty is a game.
You wanna know how many things I purchased on Steam? Do you wanna know how many games I ever bought? 0. Flat out 0. I've only ever bought one physical game, and that was Civilization 5, and I never played it because that was before I realized that it's not a real RTS and it's actually garbage. And Kane's Wrath was superior. But other than that, I didn't buy a single thing. Now, of course, I do thank my generous chatters, Fasali, Malto, Simp, for filling up my library with a whole bunch of other games. But usually I just go yo-ho-ho. It's a turn-based Uber. Well, I thought it was a cool RTS, and because I liked RTS, I thought I'd nab it. And it turns out I absolutely hated it, so I wasted 120 bucks. Which was basically like, I don't know, $3, but like 20 years ago. Oh well, that was my experience.
Series that genuinely gets left in the dust. They don't deserve to be thriving in this kind of market. And you know what? This is exactly why the Clippy movement exists in the first place. Just to show that everyone can be like-minded, and if we just simply put in effort, we can end practices like these. Just by, simply boycotting. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna go now, so see y'all.
Cheers, man. Alright, good video. Boo. Boo. That was so funny. I don't even know what that was. Just the random way he ended was just so funny. Anyways, good video. Good video. I liked it. It was very nice. I approve. As always, you can find the link to the video in the YouTube VOD description, and you can find it in my Discord. Since my paste function doesn't work for some reason. Oh well.